Hi, this is Saintus and welcome back to Forge of Empires, and today it is a Tuesday, which means that we have access to a brand new guild expedition. And so I'm going to be showing you how to fight your way through the first level of the guild expedition, and I'm going to be posting later on other videos about the following levels. By the way, this is all going to be about the guild expedition in Space Age Asteroid Belt. So the first thing that I should mention is that the entire level 1 of the Guild Expedition in this age has a bonus of attack and defense for that defending army of 115%, which means that at least you should have that or more in order to effectively deal with it. However, because the defending army is mostly of Space Age Mars, which means it's previous age, this happens throughout all the ages, it has a smaller attack and defense boost. So starting off with the first encounter, it only has 3 units, always, and it's mostly either the sniper or the heavy unit. Some cases you do have the sentinels, so the fast unit. In that case, you want to deal with them with sentinels as well, as many as you can carry with you, which is 8. But as for any other situation, and including this one, you should go with artillery. So as you can see, this one was very easy. I am surprised that I lost 1 unit, but either way, it was automatic. The AI is very bad. The reward for this first encounter is either coin supplies or forge points, nothing too special. By the way, I forgot to mention that my army has an attack boost of 633% and a defense boost of 265%, which is quite above average in comparison to all the players, but for this age it's actually just okay. It's enough to complete all of the 64 encounters, but if there are more encounters I seriously doubt that I'll be able to complete them. The second encounter also only has 4 units, in this case it is sentinels, so I will use 8 sentinels to defeat them. Yes, I'll also fight automatic, and that's one of the keys in order for you to fight hundreds of battles every day. And I've said this before, but no one has the patience to fight 500, 600 battles every day and while staying on top. So the way top players do this is just by fighting battles automatically. So as you can see, I've won the second encounter. I also got something from Himeji Castle, I believe. Anyway, the rewards are again coins, supplies, motivation kits, and 5 goods from previous age. Nothing too special. The third one of the first quarter, and this is something you probably already know, but I'm still going to say it. The third encounter of every quarter of each of the level in the Guild Expedition gives you units, and it's always the same 20% chance for each of the classes, and it is according to your age before you started this expedition. Not only that, but the number of units you receive is dependent on the level. So in the first level you'll earn 1 unit, in the second level there's 2, and in the third level it's 3. As for the fourth level, you no longer receive units, but that's because the fourth level is really special. The third encounter has 5 units, in this case it's artillery, plus the 2 snipers, so I will use artillery also to counter them. There are other ways, by the way, this isn't just the only way. I use it because it's kind of lazy, and the output of the battle is highly polarized. What does this mean? It means that I either win with no health lost, or something very similar to that, or when I lose majority of units, and I'm still willing to take the risk. I like this way. So as you can see, I have won this third encounter. I'm gonna stop saying that. After all, I'm here to demonstrate. The other rule is that the fourth encounter of each of the quarters, so by the end of each of the quarters of each level, you'll have this golden reward or golden treasure. This means a certain amount of things. First, we have a chance of earning diamonds, plus sometimes blueprints for Temple of Relics, and later on some special buildings. As for the fourth encounter of the first level, it has 2 waves. This is always the case, and it is 3 units of 2 classes for the first wave and 3 units for a third different class for the second wave. Not sure if you've managed to understand that, but I'm not going to say it again. So as you can see, I've defeated both waves with minimal damage. Had I fought this manually, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have lost a single point of health, but I'm just doing this because it's much faster. The fifth encounter at the first level has 5 units, and in this case, as you can see, has sentinels. So in order to defeat it, I'm still going to use 8 sentinels. The rewards, and this is something I forgot to say, now you have the chance of earning extra attempts or tries, which means that instead of fighting the usual 8 in one go without spending medals, you can now fight 10, 12, or even more. The 7th encounter of the first level comprises of 6 units. Once again I have sentinels, so another 8 sentinels that I'll take with me, and once again I've won with no health lost. The rewards in this case are coins, supplies, force points, and 10 goods from the previous stage. Again, still pretty minimalistic. And as I've said before, the 3rd encounter of each of the quarters will provide you with units, which is the reward of the 7th encounter. In this case, the army has no sentinels, and it's really weird that I'm just orienting myself and changing my army solely depending on the number of sentinels. This is because artillery can be very powerful. This is because simply of the way the game works, so artillery pretty much always has an edge. So in pretty much every single age, artillery is one of the most dominant units. And as you can, once again, no health lost. The 8th encounter of the first level has 7 units on the first wave and 3 units on the second wave. In this case, because the second wave has sentinels, once again, I'll have to resort to something else. I'm just going to change things a little bit. I'm going to take 2, I believe they're called gardens in English, or the heavy units from Space Age Mars, and I'll take 6 rogues. I'll fight automatically. You see I've only lost 3 health points, and I've won. The rewards are either 10 diamonds, 20 goods from the previous age, a blueprint, or a champion. The 9th encounter of the first level has 7 units. Once again, I have another sentinel to deal with, so I'm going to change my army setup once more. I'm going to use a sniper from my age. And this is one of the keys also in order to be very successful both in the game and in Guild Expedition, which is to have just a few army sets, maybe 3 or 4, that you use in pretty much all the fights. So for this encounter, as you can see, only lost 3 health points. The rewards are either coins, supplies, 5 goods, or 2 extra tries or extra attempts, which is what I've earned. The 10th encounter of the first level also has 7 units, and I'm going to use the same template. And once again, no health lost. The rewards are coins, supplies, or 2 attempts, once more. The 11th encounter of the first level is comprised of 2 classes with 4 units each, which means that you only have to fight 1 wave. And once again, I'm going to show you how powerful this setup is for my army. Automatic, very little health. Had I fought this manually, once again, I believe that I wouldn't have lost a single point of health. And as I've said before, you have a 20% chance of earning each of the classes. As for your reward over here, and in the first level it's just 1 unit. The 12th encounter of the first level in this case has now 8 units. For the first wave is full, but the second wave still only has 3 units, and again it's all from Space Age Mars. It's very easy to deal with just by being lazy and pressing the automatic button twice. As you can see, I've only lost 2 health points, and I can keep using this army over and over because of how powerful it is. As for the rewards, you can earn 10 diamonds, a residential building from your age, 10 goods, or 5 forge points. Now, as you can see, I've run out of attempts. However, because I've unlocked all of the victory expansions, I can easily spend them. If you're on the lower ages, you usually should not be spending medals in the attempts unless you have an arc at a significant level, so level 60, 70, 80, and so on. You are expected to earn maybe even millions of medals, even on a lower age, which just simply gives you free will and the ability to buy all of the attempts you want. The 13th encounter of the first level of the Guild Expedition has finally 8 units for the first wave, but it's still 1 wave only, and as you can see there are no sentinels. However, I want to show you something I found out, which is the way these sniper units from Space Age Mars deal with artillery. So if I take my Space Age Asteroid Belt artillery, so I kind of screwed things up and I did an automatic battle, which means that I can show you in detail what happens with the sniper units of Space Age Mars and different artilleries. But because these units are so weak in general, it should be very easy for you to defeat them still. The rewards are either coins, supplies, or an aid kit, very weak as well. The 14th encounter of the level 1 of the Guild Expedition once again has 8 units, and this makes me happy. I can show you here. So if I go and fight manually, you can see that the Tesla dogs or the sniper units from Space Age Mars got a jump on my artillery, and they managed to attack it before me. Which means that when I try to deal with them, I have already taken damage and I'm thus less effective against them. In this case, after targeting the sniper units, you want to attack the artillery, and then just, dealer's choice. It doesn't really matter. So I've managed to show you that the sniper units from Space Age Mars can jump ahead of your Space Age Asteroid Belt artillery, but if you're using artillery units from the virtual future, even though they're from a lower age than Space Age Mars, they still have a higher priority and can actually jump ahead of the sniper units or those Tesla dogs from the Space Age Mars, which is really weird. But anyway, if you want to save even more units and health, when it comes to dealing with those kind of units, the sniper ones from Space Age Mars, you should use artillery from the virtual future. Okay, so I can show you the phenomenon here. I have the 6 artillery units and I have the 2 sentinels in order to deal with this one enemy sentinel. So those, fast units, quick units, whatever, they have the highest priority. So I want to deal with this one first. Unfortunately, I can't, he's out of range. But for example, if I go after this artillery here, and with Sentinel there, as you can see, he gets jump on my artillery as usual, but the sniper units from Space Age Mars don't get the jump on my artillery. This is very bizarre, I don't know why it happens, but it's an advantage you should use. Now that I have the first shot, you'll want to again aim for those sniper units and artillery, try and combine the blast radius from the virtual future artillery and take out as many units as possible. And the rewards once more of the 15th encounter of this first level is just 20% chance per class of earning 1 unit. And finally, the 16th encounter of the first level of the Guild Expedition has 8 units for the first wave and 4 units for the second wave, so 12 units in total. In this case, I'm just going to take the 2 sniper units from the Space Age Asteroid Belt. They are very powerful. You can also use the heavy units or even sentinels if they are powerful enough. The rewards is diamonds, decoration, a production building, 20 goods from the current age, or one of 3, which is either the Victory Tower, which is one I have a chance of earning here, or the Gate of the Sun God, or even the Face of the Ancient, which are both 2 good decorations, but it's pretty useless overall for your city. And as for the diamonds, if you're interested in that sort of thing, in the first level, if you multiply all of the chances and diamonds that you can earn from each of the quarters, it gives you a total average of 8 diamonds per week or per guild expedition for the first level, which is, well, essentially nothing. In fact, the majority of diamonds that you earn come from the 4th level, and that's something that I'll talk about later. And so that was level 1 of the Guild Expedition of Forge of Empires in Space Age Asteroid Belt. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time.